Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Captain of Industry. I have gone and played a little bit in between episodes and I'll quickly give you a rundown of what has happened. So we've gone on and then done a little bit of extra research, also all the way up to Research Lab 3, and we started going into this tier 3 of research over here. So I've done naphtha processing, and the reason for that is so that I can set up a new refinery for oil or for diesel and all the other products. Power generation 3 is underway, so we can use the low pressure steam. I think that's steam low. What we'll also figured out is we took out all of the trees over here, and so we're actually out of trees, and now I'm buying it at enormous prices from some of my town settlements. So we're currently doing an emergency dig up over here to just get us up there a little quicker, so that we can go and get those trees over there. What I also did is, of course, because we're now on the 3rd tier of research, I am using steel and some of the nitrogen from this plant here into a chemical plant and creating liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen's over there. I then truck it on over this way, I believe. Where to? There. No. Where do I go? Oh, no, it just goes straight in here. There's no actual storage for it. And then we're using research parts 1 plus liquid nitrogen to create the research part or lab equipment 2. And we're actually out. So research should be pretty slow then. Yes, so some of this stuff might be a little slower. But these should be okay. We're not out of any of these things. Okay, this one should be pretty good. Maybe it's worth a bit of a boost there so that we do that a little quicker. We went to the acid variety of the copper electrolysis. So I had the water hooked up here. Now I'm just hooking it up on that side. So we actually use these pieces. And we're creating acid over here as part of the sulfur byproduct. So we're basically using this mixer to do both sulfur plus water to get acid, but also sulfur plus limestone to do slag, depending on what we need. This one is full of acid, so we're probably only creating slag, and slag is being dumped. And I'll show you our dumping ground in just a minute. Over here, food is, as you can see, is absolutely amazing. So we've got the bread setup done. I did add some storage for my varied food types, and I know you guys mentioned to me from the start that potatoes go into the loose storage. Corn does as well. So that's actually working over here. We have fertilizers running, but interestingly enough, I can see we are running out of fertilizer. So we're not quite keeping pace, though. Is this thing running at full speed? I think it is running at full speed. And we can probably give this guy a little bit of a boost. I think that would work. If we give this guy a boost. I think that'll help, because that'll mean we'll use... Yeah, still not going to use all of it, and we'll create a little bit. So why... Oh, yeah, there we go. Up to 24 now. So doubling up our fertilizer production is going to help us out a little bit. But what we're doing now is we're rotating crops and no longer doing the green manure for fertilization or for fertility. What we are doing instead is we're just rotating between vegetables and potatoes, because our vegetables were struggling a little bit. But we'll keep an eye on that. And then we've got corn and vegetables over here. So to see that we maintain a proper supply of it. Corn is actually doing so well. Corn and bread. And now potatoes as well. It's just vegetables that's a little bit down in the dumps. Now, we have run out of wood, so I'm paying very expensive trading rates for wood, which is not great, just to make sure that some of our parts keeps going, but that's okay. Here is the dumping ground. We've moved all of our garbage, not all of it yet. I'll quickly zoom back over there. Remember, we had a massive pile of garbage. There's still some remnants over there. Oh, and you can see, oh no, these are flowers. Look at that. Nice new little area there. So you can see we had our garbage dump has been moved out over here into that facility, and here I've put my new effectively cargo dock here, where we will get our new crude oil to come on in. I've actually put that in here so we can get some seawater out of there and run a bit of a desalination as well, because we don't have any water in this area. And that water source there is kind of being being tapped dry at the moment. If we have a quick look at this guy, it would say, yeah, we're under 50%. So we need to be cautious with that water. So really getting into thermal desalination over here is what we're after. And that is basically where we're at. I did go and upgrade the oil rig to level 4. So it's producing much more oil now at a much quicker rate. And I've also gone and collected some of the oil with my ship, which I'm now struggling to unload. So I've built some additional crude oil storage here, which is all good, which is absolutely all good. Please don't import over here. Don't import there. You can export there. Don't export here. You can, there we go. So now they're dumping them in there. So hopefully that can empty out the boat a little bit. And allow, I might have to build even another one to be able to do that. And then we can, next thing I'm trying to do is get this settlement up to, so I've been buying from them over here. I'm trying to get it up to reputation level 1 so that I can buy some glass from them from construction part 3. Obviously not a very good deal, but it will make us get a couple of the big boats. Sorry, big boats. A couple of the big vehicles we'll be able to get if we get just a few pieces of glass from there, and that'll help us move along a little bit. So there we go. So that's currently what's underway. So yes, I did play along a little bit in between episodes just so that we keep things moving and interesting. There's a lot going on, and I'm hoping one of the first things that's going to happen is we're going to get up here pretty quickly now. This is just a bit of a long haul for these guys to a decent dumping ground, so it's taking a bit of time to get them there. So they basically drive all the way to the other side of the map with this, and we could do this much quicker by allowing a little bit of dumping in this vicinity. But it shouldn't take us too long to get up there, so it's not bad. Supply of sulfur is full. Lab equipment's empty. So there's a few emergency messages that we're getting here. As long as our diesel is okay, sulfur full, not the end of the world, because we do have actively rubber being created and all these kind of things, and our power is still holding strong, which is also good. We do probably need to expand on our power stuff as well. So power generation will be important for us. Is this still moving? Yeah, so we are at least still doing the power generation research over here. So things are moving along a fair bit. Our Unity is dropping down a little bit. What's our concrete looking like? Yeah, concrete is not too bad. So I can remove the boost over there so that we can try and get that to a bit of a more normalized piece there. We are, for the most part, out of parts 1. So I'll probably go and remove these 2 boosts and see that we get that done. These boosts can continue to run. So we'll keep making sure that we move a fair bit of iron through here all the time. Okay, have we emptied this ship out yet? Not quite yet. How about this? Machine parts, vehicle parts, vehicle. Where's my vehicle parts? Here it is. But oh yeah, they're all filled up. Yeah, vehicle parts all filled up there, so those 3 aren't going to go anywhere. Lots of crude oil here. Let's slot in one more, like so, and we say truck export, but no import here. Off and off, and so this one will. There we go. So now we've got a fair bit of crude oil storage here. So that's a lot of crude oil that's just ready to go over here as things. As that guy gets emptied out. So we should be creating tons of diesel. Tons and tons of diesel. So this guy should be very close to emptying itself out now. Come on. Really? You still need a little bit more? Anyway, with that 28 there, I'm just gonna head on out. So let's go and deliver the cargo over here and get us up to the next level of reputation. Perfect. Now, we've got NAFTA processing and things going on. Could not store all the potatoes. It's over here. So why not? Why couldn't it store all the potatoes? Oh, because this thing is full. Well. Shall we put another one in here? Well, that's kind of what this design is all about, is allowing us the ability to do that. Let's do that. We'll quick deliver over there. We just need to make sure, yeah, we are now doing Unity. So let's clear that one out. This will be no import, no export. This one will be no import, but will be export. And now that one can fill up a little bit more. So anyway, there's a bit more that can happen there now. These are practically full as well. So the question is, do we start changing that into animal feed or something? Okay, now what we want to do over here is we want to now plan out from here. We want to do the medium fluid modules, and they're pretty pricey. So, but we'll go and plan them out now. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them over there, and then from there, I would like us to do nice and large fluid storages. Well, not the super large ones, but I want to make sure we have a decent amount of room to stockpile this stuff. Okay, so from there, that is our crude oil drop-off. I think that should be enough. This one would hold 440. These are 360 each. So there's a fair bit. So this guy should be able to do a bit of a buffer in between at least. So let's do that. Now from here, we will need to do a bit of a pipe balancer. And we could probably do it right here, I would say. Yeah, that should work. We'll do pipe 2s. Like so. All of that and all of that. So there we go. So now we're balancing these out, and we'll probably need at least two pipes to run unless we go to pipe 3. Hang on. How far are we from pipe 3? Probably a little further still to get there. Anyway, we'll be able, if pipe 2 doesn't work, we'll run two pipe 2s. So what I'm interested in here is, and what so the question is really, are we gonna go up a couple of levels? So 2 only. We could certainly do a little something like this. We're not going to get excavators running out of here. Much, right? Okay, and then yeah, we'll give it a little bit longer, and then we'll run into this general direction, and we'll start planning out our stuff from here. So now I'll go and drop it back. Well, we don't need to drop it back down. Let's leave it there. So that's a pipe 2 there, and now I'm going to start planning out our plant here in this general area. So let's have a look at what that's going to look like. So what do we need to do? We need to do distillation stage 1, where it's crude plus. So I want to do it modular so that we can actually run multiple ones. So who needs crude? So no one else actually needs crude. Now the question is, what do we feed from here? We feed medium oil and heavy oil and sour water. This one is light oil and diesel, and this one is naphtha and fuel gas. And then we're obviously going to use naphtha to create something. Power generation 3 is done, and that's pretty cool. Now I think we're doing edicts 3. Yeah. We do need sour water stripper. So is there a piece that we're missing here? Naphtha. So that's actually using our light oil to create naphtha. But from naphtha, we should be able to do something with naphtha, right? Hang on. Let's pop in here quickly. Naphtha reforming. Yes, that's what we need. we need naphtha to turn into diesel as well. So we will need to get electrolysis going on. So we'll need to leave some room for that. But that's definitely one of the next things I would like us to do, is get the naphtha reforming going. Glass making is something we would like to do as well. Let's quickly pop in here. So this has been delivered. They are now happy to sell us some of this stuff. What I will do is I'll grab a ton more of that stuff. Now it's sold out, so we've got an extra 200 there. I will do 1, 2, 3 of these, and that gives us a little bit of this stuff to work on. Perfect. So that's all good. So now we've got that running. Now, can we send the ship somewhere and go and do battle? Let's move it over there and clear out that piece there. Perfect. So that's done. Power generation 3 is something that's pretty cool, and we'll start working on that now. So let's start the process over here. We would like to get the crude to come in, and if we probably need a little bit of room in between there, so we can get that back down. So the idea here, I think, is that I'd like to run, well, you know what? We could run it into this direction. That is not a bad idea. Then we'll leave a little bit of room here on the side to potentially, well, we'll need to maybe run desalination in that spot. So let's see if we do something like that one, and we'll flip it to, I don't want them super close together. So that's what we'll basically start with, right? And the idea is that this needs to be, you know what? We could just run it here. Let's hang on. I'm gonna trim this guy back, and even there, I'm gonna trim those back. I'm gonna get rid of. Well, actually, I'm gonna cut these two. We're going to rotate them. And we're basically going to say, if we want to expand into this direction, we will. But we'll start off with a little something like that. Okay. So that gives us this. And then from here, so now we've done stage 1. So stage 1 gives us 48 medium. And 6 and some of this stuff. So where are we going to go with that? So this one will take medium. So medium needs to be passed along the line to the next one, and what we want to do is make sure that we've got the room for our steam in the same spot. We'll flip it around and spin it around, and do exactly the same thing on this side. That's okay. So now we've got diesel being produced over here at a pretty reasonable rate, and then from here we're going to grab the light oil that's coming out over there and create some naphtha with that. So even more steam here. Make sure we've got the steam on the right side of things. So over there, flip it around, rotate it all the way through, and there we go. So that is kind of the idea. Now, out of here, we will have the additional pieces to go on the end to do something with the naphtha. Now, what we will need to do is we'll definitely need to run steam on both of these sides, and we'll need to run these guys back, I think. So what are we going to do with the... So there's nothing to be done with the heavy oil. The light oil goes out, and this goes and creates naphtha, but the naphtha still doesn't do anything for us just yet. So we could feed the naphtha back into some kind of boiler of some sort. So what we'll need to do here is this heavy oil, which is not going to be a lot, so it's just going to be pipe 1, can feed back down there up to around there, and let's leave it there. We'll get this one to tie in there. We'll get this one to tie in there. So now we've got the light or the heavy oil going out, and we can generate some power from it, or some steam from it. Power or steam. So that's the one thing. We will need to run steam back into this general direction. So let's get a bit of a boiler going on. So a boiler like this, so this could, we could actually do a double up of this to run one of these boilers, providing with steam power. Now, how much steam does all of this take? 9 plus 6 is 15, plus 3 is 18, times 2 is 36. So we're not going to be able to run it off of one of them, unfortunately. Unfortunately, one of them is not going to be. So 36 will run this. So this one will be fine. To be honest, then we'll just do one over here. So it won't run full. That's basically what we're saying, is it won't run full. That's the issue here. So what we need to do is probably do a little something like this. So we'll rotate it. Something like that. Okay, so let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and get that one to. We don't have a buffer. We don't have a buffer. Yeah, we may need a buffer. We may actually need a buffer. So let's grab a little buffer. Let's leave it a little bit of room there. Tie you in. We'll run you all the way there. We'll tie you in there. That actually looks pretty good. So now there's a buffer there. Now we'll do is we'll go back with steam in the other direction. So 48 is the max, right? So we may as well run it like this. So I'm thinking. Like that, and like that, and like that. And what we'll do is we'll run it over on this side as well. We'll go down all the way there, and like this, and like this, and like this. So now we've got that all set up with some steam. That's good. This needs to flare some stuff off here, I believe. What is it going to do if it's on the heavy oil? Yes, it does have exhaust. So that we'll need to get how much of that out? 60. So if we go here, the smokestack will actually do exactly 60. So we'll put the smokestack in there. That's going to be all good. We do need a water connection, so desalination will have to be planned out over there for that connection there. And I will actually get desalination as the next one in the queue. So please keep doing that. I'm going to have a quick look at what is going on this side. Are we up there yet? I think we're very close to getting up here, actually. Maybe if I have a look at our digging stuff. Let's trim that back and we'll get these guys to focus their attention over here. To be honest, let's trim that out and let them go up there. That means we should be pretty close to having the ramp ready to go. Let's have a look at what's going on with this. We can trade wood, but we can also trade for wood. Yo, that is too expensive at the moment. So we're just gonna have it run a little bit more, and then we'll see where we go. There's lots of issues here. But the stuff that needs to be pretty stable is pretty stable, so I'm fairly comfortable with that. Let's get back to what we're doing over here. So now, what is the other thing that we've got coming out of this? Well, firstly, let's get them some crude oil. Okay, we're in battle there. That's okay. So we'll get the crude oil from there. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Let's have a look at the battle. Battle was done, thank you. And now we've got a sawmill, so we can actually get that going for us. So that's pretty good. I'm glad we found that. Get the ship to go back. Location has been explored. We've got the sawmill discovered, and we've added some more copper and rubber and vehicle parts to the mix. That's good to know. Okay, so now the crude oil is being delivered, and the other piece that needs to go out of this area. Okay, there's an interesting little disconnection there. Now it's all done. Now, the next thing that needs to go out, we need to do the sour water stripper. So let's have a quick look what that sour was. So the idea is that this thing is expandable in this direction. So what I don't want to do is put any other stuff in the mix here. So that's the issue. I don't want to put any stuff in the way and make this thing entirely expandable in that direction. Yeah, to be honest, we could put something in here and just make any excess steam from this process go into the cooler, but we'll see. So sour water stripper. So this is generating 18 and this is generating 18. So that's 36. So then the sour water stripper. Ooh, is that going to be enough? I'll have to double check again. So this is 9, 15, 18, 36. And we're getting from 24 oil. So we're only going to do half of that. So it's not quite enough though. It's 24 only that's going to be generated at this stage. So we'll need to have a look at how we supplement that. Now, the next piece of the puzzle is going to be a sour water stripper, which will add an extra 6 to the 36 that we've got. That gets us down to 42. So that's starting to become a little bit more problematic. Now, what are we going to do here? We're just going to do sour water in here, and what we'll get out on the other side. Oh, no, not the cracking unit, this one. And what we'll get out on the other side is going to be, so the question is, do we actually run it on this side? So that, well, we do want to put the water back, though. Yeah, we're definitely getting the water. Okay, so let's go back, think again, and add ourselves our water storage here, which will be both from desalination and from the sour water stripper. So what I'm kind of thinking is maybe the sour water stripper goes in here. Let's do that. That should be a pretty decent and reasonable use of it. Now, I want to flip it around. So if we're saying sour water comes in on this side, we can run it. Could even do that actually won't work. So let's flip it around. Yeah, that we could do. I'm kind of tempted to do this. If we run it like that, it means we could. So let's join these up. They only need the small ones, right? Yeah, definitely only the small ones. Over there, run that one through there. And now the idea will be, oh, that's perfect. Oh, beautiful. Now we've got the sour water running over in that direction, and there is room here for a bit of storage, and maybe that is the plan. We put a bit of a buffer in there. And Edix 3 is done, and now thermal desalination is underway. So let's go back all the way there and put a little storage in here. I think just the small storage should be okay. That directly connected there should be fine. Not quite. Maybe we'll do that again, and we'll try and give it a little bit of extra room here. Doing something like that instead, and seeing about that does. Yeah, that works a little bit better. So now we've got a little bit of extra room there. This guy does need steam though. This is steam over here, so I may as well run that. But what we do need to bear in mind is that this guy will have we may have to rejig what we're doing there because of this space here. And then we will have I'll just go straight into loose storages, into storages over here. Well, this guy can run over there, and then we'll do a couple of storages over here. So we need a loose storage for the sulfur, and we need a fluid storage for the ammonia, and that's fine. And that's what we'll do there. So that's that part of the refinery. Now, the issue is it's not perfectly balanced in terms of steam and other bits and pieces. So we will need some additional fluids here. So now we are perfectly using this, right? This is giving us 48 medium oil. This is taking 48 medium oil. And this one is taking 12 light oil every 60 seconds, then generating some naphtha and some fuel gas. So the other issue is, of course, what we could do is we could run a multitude of things in here. And we can feed that out. So we can actually use the naphtha and burn in here. So if we run, yeah, the issue is it takes even more naphtha and even more fuel gas to be able to generate these requirements here. So I'm not sure ultimately that's going to work for us. But anyway, what we will do is let's connect this up here. Let's connect that up here. And let's quickly pause there and have a look at what is going on with our ramp. Our ramp should now be all good. There we go. Ramp is done. Now, what we can certainly start doing is we can go nuts and start trimming some trees again so that we don't lose out on that. And one of the things that I thought I would also do is provide a storage over here. Okay, so I'll just do that and I will do a bit of a quick deliver, build that, and this will be wood. And these guys, I will can we do advanced logistics to it? So he's assigned there, but can we export import routes? No, it doesn't want to work. But with that there, I believe what will happen is we'll get these guys to kind of keep the trees over here, so they'll be able to sort things out a little quicker. I'll drop one of them. So and then we'll basically, you know what I'll do then? I'll do a export route from here to there, okay? And what I'll do is I'll assign, yeah, so it's just moving it there, and I'll assign one vehicle to it to be running back and forth all the time. So hopefully that's going to start moving things along a little bit better for us. Groundwater source is low. How low? Oh, quite low, under 36%. So I do need to kind of trim this a little bit. So we're really using a lot of water here. Desalination is something that would be great to do. This thing, can we look at keeping this thing? No export from here, please. Can we look at keeping that pretty full at least? So now the trucks will start moving the crude from the one side to the other side. Okay, that has been quite an interesting one so far. We're still not quite there yet in terms of what we want to do here. So now diesel, I believe diesel, what I want to do with the diesel, how much is coming out of there? 36 and 36. So we already need pipe 2 to run from here. We'll do that, and we'll just do a little bit of a, okay. Let's do that. Really? Oh, you know what? It's at a ramp level there. Okay, hang on. Let's trim that back again. And up another one. There we go. And I believe that should now allow us to tie in here and come on. What? Oh, we're perfect. Can we? Perfect. There we go. We got that to work. Okay, so now it's moving diesel out that way. Now it's got naphtha and some fuel stuffs over here, or fuel gas over here, that we'll need to do something with. Both of those can be burnt for additional steam or power. And the question is, do we do that here also? Or do we basically run an extra one, where we run these in there and add the extra in there? I think that might be an interesting idea, actually. Instead of, and then we'll do a bit of a pipe balancer in there. Let's. I'll put that in here, and I'll give it a bit of thought in between episodes, basically. So what we do need to get out of here. Yeah, unfortunately, it is now a little tight. We can, of course, flip it. It doesn't need to be. So we can. Yeah, that's never going to work, is it? That's never going to work. So we may have to do it over here and have it just run over the top there, which it will be able to do. But we won't get the water. So something like this, potentially, we can do. And what we'll do is we'll run the water over here and the steam over there. And then we'll have to do a bit of a pipe balancer setup somewhere over here. So that's kind of the plan, isn't it? And this one, we'll need to see what we do with this. This is going to be a temporary setup. What we'll do is we'll run that one over there. That one can tie in there as well. Go up a level and stay on top of it over here. Let's do that. I'm going to go down. No, go down a level. Up to the second level. That is perfect. We'll need the waste over here. Give me the smokestack. When thermal desalination is done, I'll stop the research for a little while. And now what we'll need here is basically 2 storages. And I'm fairly comfortable with 2 next to each other like this. And what we'll do is we'll tie that one in there. Come on. And, oh, come on, and tie that one in there. So we'll do that. So there we go. And we'll get a pipe balancer in on this side. And this is going to kind of be the backup for us. We'll need to put some, come on. There we go. And no. Let's make it look a little bit better than that by duplicating what we've done on the other side. Yes, that looks pretty good, and we'll tie that in through there. So there we go. So now we're actually balancing that out a little bit, and we're able to provide. Oh, excellent. Let's fix this piece here. Probably one more. There we go, and put another pipe balancer in here. Yes, and yes. So there we go. So now we're balancing the steam on this side and these fluids on this side, and that should give us this area running quite nicely with this to be able to transition to something else should we need it to be, and we can run additional pieces over here. So this will duplicate the amount of stuff that we're doing on this side. So that's going to be a very good starting point for us. But guys, I will leave it there. That's the starting plan for our refinery. I think I like it. The next thing that I'll do is plan out our desalination somewhere over here. And I do hope we've got a little bit of room to do that. I think that should be enough, but we'll have a look. so that we can provide this with water as well. Desalination needs steam also. So actually, to be honest, all the steam requirements over here, I'm kind of wondering whether we just do one big steam network and just put everything into it. That's one of the things that I think may be useful. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button, leave me some comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.